First of all, I would like to thank Chairman of IC Oilai, Dr. Engineer Mohammad Ashif, for inviting me here on the fourth conference on learning innovation, giving me the opportunity to talk on the role of data science in education. In fact, as you know, all that education is the key to shaping the lives of people. And today we will discuss actually how data science is playing a key role in making education better for society. So I will try my best to explain all the concepts of data science and especially in the field of education sector. So, okay, fine. Okay, you told about my introduction little, and that's about me. I am not lecturer. I am assistant professor there in University of Management and Technology. I have 16 year experience. I have been a lot of keynote speaker in national level universities and as well as international level universities. So my key area is regarding data science. Data science is the main domain, and under this domain, there are a lot of other domains. So I will explain you later on about these, like big data and text mining. These. That's my email ID and my LinkedIn and my Facebook as well. You can connect me as well. Okay, these are my some achievements in various sectors. I was a invited speaker in University of Engineering and Technology, one of the best university in Pakistan, University of Punjab, Punjab University. You heard about Punjab University, okay, and University of South Asia and other universities. Okay, let's start with my topic and some outlines of my topic. First of all, I would explain you about the data science confusion. There are a lot of confusions. Then I will extract 3Ds. Okay, and then data science application in education, data science process, and data science job market. Okay, and what is hackathon, which are essential for the students. So if students are there, then I will explain how to participate in data hackathon and playing with the data sets. Okay, now there are a lot of confusion. Like in terms of trends, we are saying about sometimes we are saying about the business analytics. Okay, everybody heard about this name, business analytics. Okay, actually it involves using tools and techniques. It's a game of tools and techniques to turn data into the meaningful business insights from like spreadsheet, like databases, like Twitter and Facebook. We can say it's a business analytics. And then business analytics leading to the sometime terminology is business intelligence. Okay, so we can say business intelligence, it is about delivering relevant and reliable information to the right people to the right time. Okay, important if you are achieving some technology and in AI prospective data mining is the part of it. This and I can say, okay, data mining is a process of extracting knowledge, hidden knowledge from the data. It's mean a lot of data, and we are extracting some knowledgeable data. Sometimes we said that we have, we can say, just I would draw some. Okay. Okay. Sometimes we can say that we have, we are showing, we have data. Okay, I will explain it. It is data, then information, and then knowledge, and under above this is BI, data science, and for business perspective, it's a dollar, it's a rupees, it's everything. It's a science of these things. Okay, so we can say these are the some technologies and which we should know about these things. Okay, then we have data warehousing. Data warehousing, actually these are the 4-step process. actually we can say process of extracting knowledge, we can say hidden knowledge in data mining. Now it's a select the business process. First we select in data warehouse business process, and then we select the dimensions. Now we will say the dimensions, and then identify the facts. Okay, facts mean most important things in large data sets. So we can collect in the data warehousing, data marts are to be there, and which is subject to entry. Like for example, if in a university, we can subject to entry data like student, reality, accounts. It's related to the subject oriented. So it's actually leads to another words to leads to the business intelligence. Okay. Further terms are big data analytics. Okay, big data analytics mean we have a large kind of data and a lot of diversity of the data. We have huge volume. We have a variety of data. Variety of data mean structured data or in the form of databases, unstructured data in the form of free text. Okay, then we have data of veracity. Veracity means quality of the data. It's most important in the big data perspective. So we can say big data analytics also leads to data science. Okay, then terminology is data analytics. Data analytics, moreover, just like a data science, but there is some difference. So we should know about the difference. Data analytics is more related to the businesses. It's purely applying some tools like Tableau tools, like spreadsheet, like applying analytics through some tools. So it is process of examining data set in the order to draw conclusion about the useful information they contain. So we can say this is term of the data analytics. And then data engineering. Data engineering, normally when you are a beginner, like if I'm start from data science, then I am a data engineer. My post is a data engineer. Okay, data engineering is a pre-step of data science. So in data engineering, we have the steps of like data pre-processing, we have data visualization, plotting different data, so how data looks like that, and this is just data wrangling, we can say, in another word. So what are the jobs for this? So data engineers, if you are want to become a in this field, data engineer, data analyst, and we have a business analyst, we have a data scientist. So in broader perspective, data science is a superset. Okay, and other trends and other terminologies is a subset of these. Okay, so you can see now I just compare from such term base. You can see the graph. So in this graph, you can see uh, I just write the word of data science compared with the which are using like data analysis, big data analytics, data engineering, business intelligence. See, so data science is going upward. Okay, now it's going like you can say it's going like exponential. So, so if we want to learn the data science, then it is the right time. So now, just you want to know about the data science, it is applying in everywhere. So the big 3D confusions we can say in terms of job title, data analytics, data engineer. I have already explained you data scientist. So 3Ds are these. So what does a data scientist do? It's a predict future based on post past pattern, making use of AI and machine learning. So we can say, as said Dr. Professor Sachin, AI is the main field, and we have under this umbrella artificial intelligence. A lot of other fields are to be emerged. Okay, so data science is now it is a buzzword. So a lot of evidence and predicting applying for as another important thing. We have sources like Like I've already explained, in a structured form, we have a database, okay, university database system. In terms of university, we have a database system like students' records, student attendance, quality assessments. So these are the form of structured data. We have in an Excel sheet or in our database backend. If you are making LMS system, learning management system, we have a stored in a repository, some type of databases, and some other type of multiple sources like Twitter, Facebook, where now people's are now data is unstructured nature are 80%. So Facebook, Twitter, social media is generating a lot of unstructured data, so in the form of sentiments. So you can say sentiment analysis is the application of data science, which is trending. And then finding correlation. Actually, the last part is most important. These two terminologies are involved in the data analysis, data engineering as well. But the end hidden pattern from data is the data is science, we can say, and it is the data science. Okay. Now, what do big data professional do? They are distributed data and with large data processing system, streaming data, real-time processing. And what data analysts do? Acquire, analyze, process data, finding insight for capture data, and then create data reports. Now you can see last step, these two steps are similar like data science. Now the last step, create data reports using reporting tools. It's creating just report tooling, just like Excel. You can visualizing, plotting, just show the and business market using are hiring data analysts. Now the business market is also now trending change. So data scientists now hiring in a business market as well. So what are the soft skills? Data science, you would know. If you are a good mathematician, you are a statistician, you have a good problem solving technique, and with these technique, you will start it. Okay, you will start data science and advances. You will learn about the machine learning, SQL databases, and other deep learning models. Okay, so big data, we have frameworks like Spark and other things uh, related to you. And data warehousing, we have business intelligence, Power BI, and other tools are. So these are the some, you can see just one picture. You can say data analyst, we are using tools. They are using tools, okay? Data analysts are business domain peoples. We can say they are skills of SQL, databases, Excels, like you become a data analyst. And for the data engineers, you know about the some language. So language should be in the form of R language or a Python language. Now, my choice is Python language because it's much easier, and a lot of libraries are also available for this, and it's open source. Another frameworks like for if you're a big data professional, so you should know about Hadoop, Spark, NoSQL, unstructured data. Okay. Then skill set is data scientist. Okay, data scientist is as I said earlier, it's a superset. So he or she should know about all the things like Python, R language, databases, and other skills. So what are the salary range? You can see the comparison. So these are the comparisons. You can see clearly data scientists are taking much salary as compared to other friends, okay, other job titles. Okay, now let's start with the sorry. Let's start with the application in data science in education. Okay, I categorized data science education into four main components. Okay, like in a student perspective, students and in the form of teachers, how teachers uh, will uh, will be benefit for the teachers, will the benefit for the parents, and in terms of organizations. You can see. in students, I categorize further three categories: adaptive learning, improve performance, student recruitment, and in teachers, measuring performance, which is a very essential part. And for parents' point of view, so we can say better involvement and organizations, and the last organization, innovating the curriculum and emotional skills, you can say. So let's start with this one by one. So I will show you some video as well, if video facilities will be there. So how to improve adaptive learning? Adaptive learning. What is adaptive learning? It's help to teachers to discover the abilities of the student. Every student is a unique, okay, in his own way, and has a different way of learning things. Learning things, different aptitude, we can say. It becomes very quite difficult for the education organization to select a method to adopt in the classroom that will be the best for all the students. It's very difficult. Okay, so data science. So data science can help the teachers to employ adaptive learning techniques. So teacher discover the abilities of the student, use optimal teaching techniques. So student teachers can get some short ways how to cope with the students, how they will learn adaptive learning. Okay, so data science definitely will help you. I will explain you later on the whole process. Then you can relate it this use case. Okay. So in cases like, for example, I just show you very interesting example in which data science is applying. Okay, in traditional system, you can see what's the process. Initially, being a teacher, I collected assignments, assessment in the form of assignment, quizzes, midterms, final terms. So the students are submitted. Okay, I will check it and then mark it. It's a traditional manual system. And after 6 months, after 4 months, the student will get the whole progress of their evaluations. Okay, like in assignments, we will deliver results timely, but in the form of exam, final results, and whole calculation depends. So at the end, so what's happened in this scenario? In this scenario, students will lose sometime grades. And, some weak students did not pass the course. So they they know, oh, what is the main problem for us. So actually, there should be some type of grading automated system like that. You can say submitted assignment grade predictor automatically predict the grade. Like initially, students submit their assignments or quizzes, then grade predictor will predict that you will get a grade, you will get a B grade, you will get a C grade. Okay, and if students, some weak students, know about their status that we will fail, oh, then it will be a serious problem. Then where they will definitely study more things and up to mark and grade system. And you can say it makes us some time of clustering. Clustering mean same groups get together. Okay, so we can make like we can make like that a group peoples, a B group peoples. So we can overall batch grading, and then the system is in a data science analytics apply, and then detailed grading result will get based on the performance and behavior analysis. We can further improve it. So during ongoing semester, student will be more learning, will be more get more improvement in their self. So we can say that system will be really helpful for them. So now mostly universities are applying these systems, so they are, you can say. Another terminology is there is some difference between adaptive learning and improved student performance. We can take an previous example, previous slide, will also relate to this slide as well. So improved student performance mean identify the reason behind in the case of poor performance, analyzing the fact what they are lacking, in which subject they are lacking. So we can say uh, data science data science can help education institution to improve the performance of the student by analyzing where they are lacking in the efforts, and they need to be improve the producing better results for their students. So educations and the teachers, moreover, what can apply. Then student recruitment mean we can say student recruitment mean monitoring student requirements. So we can say there are several education assessment techniques. Okay, there are several methods that utilize the educational institution. However, each traditional methodology are often unable to capture and encapsulate all the importance trend to pattern the student services, not related to the student services, students expectations, student what he or she needs in a campus, what he or she need in the form of services like sports activity they are requiring, they are lacking in the many other things. Uh, excuse me. So data science can also help it. So we can say the education institution can use the student data for discovering the educational programs. So they can make education programs that are the best suited for the student for attracting a large number of students to their institute. So data science can help the institution to understand the student requirements and provide the best possible facility, we can say, and it's a student requirement. So I can show you 2 minute video. Okay, we have some time. So I think that video will play.
Every 26 seconds, a student in
Are you
America
listening?
drops out of school, and more than 1,700 high schools across the country have a dropout rate above.
Senate hiring. Still jobs in the U.S. by 2020. But Americans
Okay, so you can see this video. So how data science makes smarter using big data. So you can explain all the things related to students' performance as well as adaptive learning. Okay, then for the perspective of teachers or in data science, how we will be data science will be useful for them. So measuring instructor performance. So instructors usually students are giving some feedbacks. Students are providing feedback them. So and keep track of teacher performance real time. So we can monitor education institutions are monitoring teachers performance in a real time. So we can say manage unstructured data like student reviews and provide comprehensive analysis. Students are normally typing in social media. Now the social media is open. So, and sometimes institutions are capturing these kind of data as well. So like in a comments, if sometime will like the some sharing and writing some comment in the form of sentiments, like sentiment would be in the form of positive sentiments or the negative sentiments. Oh, good, excellent, awesome. But sometimes students are saying boring and unfriendly, and we are such kind of words to be they are using in their social medias account. They are openly discussion. They have a pages. Every university has a pages that are not official. The student makes makes them there for 10 minutes. They are open for them. So institutions are now taking these pages as well. So we can say, so this will be really helpful for, ultimately this will be helpful for us. So we are being a teacher for help for us. Administrator can monitor our performance, and we will further improve our skills. Okay, according to the demands of the students. Okay, then for the perspective of parents. Okay, parent is the main stakeholder. Okay, parents are paying the fees, heavy fees in their child's. So we should definitely make happy for them. So in the schools, the regular meetings, parent PTM, we can say parent teacher meetings are conducting, and in universities normally it is not going that process, that not following that process. So teachers uh, can use a large amount of student data and apply various analytic methods for evaluating the performance of student. Okay, then this help to inform their parents about the issues and about the performance of their childs, like in academics and sports and others. So how data science will help it? So data science monitor analytics applying on it, and prediction of which things, which weak areas are in their childs. So institution and teachers will collect these kind of information and then provide to their parents. Okay, so it will be beneficial for them. Then another aspect for organization, for any kind of organization, I'm talking about any kind of not any kind, in terms of education organization like HEC and other in Pakistan, our education commission, and the other kind of like in India, UGCS. So social emotional skills are very important key elements. Knowledge discovery models we use, how to behave. So social emotional skills for all. Okay, we can say for students, for teachers, for parents as well. So because how to behave, how to react to the current situation, and this point is for all. I am mentioning this for organization. So our organization will gather these all kind of informations. So what kind of emotions they have. So So it will definitely produce better result, help teacher understanding the students and behavior. So we can say psychologically we can measure these things. Okay, the last point related to the application of data science. So innovating the curriculum. Okay, that is my main target. So we can make our curriculum roadmap according to the needs of trends. What are the industry demands? So as Dr. Sachin already told you that there is a lot of gap between industry and academia still. So it is the right time during the COVID situation we can co-opt this we can reduce this gap. So for this we can make such a curriculum which are related to industry needs, industry demands. So skills will provided. So we will show curriculum. So recently, I'm showing you in my university curriculum. We just planned. I am a focal person in my university data science, and leading that department. We just started last year. Last year. We just started the data science degree. Okay. Now we will start in this semester data science department. Under this department, we have two degree programs, 4-year degree programs like BS Data Science, BS Intelligence, Business Intelligence and Analytics, and then we have 2-year degree program. We can say associate degree program, which is just short-term degree. You can say just matches to the related and more practical, more focus on the main subjects of data sciences. Okay, so we have planned we are planning to start executive diplomas for 1 year. Like if you are in your university, you can start with the data warehousing, data engineering diploma, machine learning, deep learning, and data engineering, and under these some professional certification 3 months. So the plan I will create it, and we will execute in this semester inshallah. So uh, that's a main actually industry are demanding. So industry are daily demanding. We need data scientists, we need data engineers, we need business analysts, we need data analysts. So all these jobs are to be created. You can see in a Glassdoor, you can see in the Indeed and other platform of the job portal, the most demanding and highly salary job is the data scientist. Okay, so which subjects to be teach? Okay, I categorize in a few ways, in terms of analysis. We need subjects of data mining, machine learning, statistical modeling. Okay, in the form of aggregation, we can combine the data. So databases, information retrieval is another kind of subject using in a search engine. Like if you are applying a query in a search engine, something right about what is data science inside Google. So there are a lot of searches to be found. So there are a lot of pages to be, you can show the pages 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the ranking based models. So information retrieval is that kind of subject. Okay, then natural language processing and NLP and computer vision related to the image analytics type. So like we have acquisition subject, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, operational research, HCI, health related subjects. Now health is also taking a lot of application. I am my specialty in also in image analytics. So like MIR images and X-ray images. So I am using multi-domain knowledge. Data science is interdisciplinary. Okay, so you can imagine in every field. If you are a engineer, you are a mathematicians, and more likely you are even a arts subject. You are your subject like Indonesia language subject. So they can also use data sciences. So interdisciplinary, we can say application is highly inter. So data science is a science which uses computer science, statistics, machine learning, visualization, human computer interaction to collect, clean, integrate, analyze visual data products. Okay, stage of my slides are going to be the processes. Okay, we should know about the processes. Then we can relate it to the previous application. So we can see that how it's related. So data science is mainly thing is actionable. Okay. Data science is nothing like if student, I will predict in my system, student will pass or fail. It is not a data science. Data science is that if student is fail, student will fail, so then I will tell earlier to him. Okay. So okay, what will be the factors that he will be fail? Okay, he will losing grade. Okay, so I will tell earlier about him. Then action apply on it. Okay, so in stages like number one, acquiring and preparing data, analyze report, and what is acquiring data? Identify data sets, retrieve data.
Rahasia dong.
So how much time I will? Yes. Sorry.
Sorry, Mr. Mazhar. I would like to remind you that you still have 10 minutes left, I think. Yeah.
Okay. I will finish it earlier. Okay.
Thank you.
Don't worry. Okay. Okay. So it's like we are acquiring data. I mean data extraction. Okay, we are extracting data from structured data or unstructured data. Then we should prepare the data we are collecting. Sometime are noisy, sometime are missing. Okay, like in the student feedback, and you can see some columns are missing. Sometimes students are biased about the teachers' feedback, so they are just putting one option. We are going in a restaurant, and in restaurant we will provide some feedback. Then we have, oh, it's a long, oh, just take one option. So we have such kind of data. So how we will evaluate it into the pre-processing. That data is called a noisy data. So data is there but not correct. Okay. So for this we can way of plotting. Okay, we have visualizations. We have a visualization tool. We can make visualization through Excel as well. We can visualization through Python language. There is a visualization library, Matplotlib, Seaborn. So we can see how the outlier is. We can make covariance. We can similarity of the data. We can see the dissimilarity of the data. So we can say it's outlier. If like one of the simple example, like there is a column of age. Okay, if and another column of salary. So I put mistakenly I put in age column, I mentioned the salary of the person. Okay, then it mean outlier. Okay, we can say certain values are in the range of like 20 to 70 age. Okay, and others certainly you have amount of in your currency. You can see that kind of it. So that plot will be shown in above. So if you can make your box plot, then it is outlier showing. Okay, so we should remove this outlier. We should cleaning data pre-processing data. These are tasks for the data engineer. I just told you earlier. These are the data munging, data pre-processing. These are interchangeable words: data wrangling, data pre-processing. So analyze data. Oh, okay, now actually here at this stage, data engineers just engineering. Okay, and they have given their data, clean data, to the data scientists. Now data scientists, now they apply the models. Okay, models we can say like if you are mathematicians or statisticians, you know about some type of models, regressions models. For continuous type values, we are applying our regressions models. Okay, for classification type of model, if yes or no, we are applying like KNN models and neural networks and other models, decision trees. So these are models of called, we can say, machine learning models. So at here, machine learning is applied. Then communicate result. Communicate result to whom? Communicate result to their decision makers. So data scientist is the key element in any organization. They are right hand of any company CTO, any company CEO. So he is sitting with him. So you can say communicate results, how it will show their analytics. So they will provide it. And the end, the result should be purposeful. Any result which is not meaningful, then that data is not useful for us. For in such situation, what will be happen? Now we can apply again iterative process. We can again collecting the data. We can again preparing the data, then analyzing the data. So it's iterative process. We can say in any organization. So action insights we can now let's ending for the job market related. So these are some core data scientist jobs and salaries. Glassdoor, you can see. Further, it's job postings. Normally in Indeed.com, you can see their companies are providing jobs in data scientists. It's growing now. Okay, so in a salary perspective, you can see data scientist salary. Okay, comparison. Another domain of experts like marketing analyst, like program analyst, data analyst are still less. So we can say data scientists are main job holders. So they are taking. So for students, how to learn? So for student perspectives, this is a very important thing. Data hackathon. Last year in my university, I conducted the data hackathon competition. Data hackathon mean hack the data. Hack the data mean explore the data. We will provide the data sets over some kind of problem. Industry has been some type of data. So data, they will explore it, they will analyze, they will applying models and then predict it. And then it's which models they have a better accuracy, that team will be win. Okay, so that's a competition where we can get the data sets. You can see data sets. We can collecting data sets from Kaggle.com, Crowd Analytics, data-driven.org, kdd.org. So Kaggle is the main website. We have you can explore it. So we can make a open data set is available. You can download easily. You can apply your models and then see it. Okay. There are some other data sets repositories. So these are the important links. So at the end, startups, Jam Data Science. So that's the end of my presentation. That's are some highlights of my other events. I have conducted workshops. I have keynote speaker into various places. So thanks.